Hello, my name is Lizzie and this is Lizzie's Literary Life, and today I'm going to be reading the first lines of every book on the Women's Prize for Fiction Longlist without knowing what the books are. So, I saw a couple people, I'll link down below who I saw do this because I didn't actually watch the videos because I didn't want to spoil myself, but I did see someone do a judging the Women's Prize for Fiction Longlist by their first lines, and I was like, that's a great concept. I'm planning on reading as much of the longlist as I can and hopefully all of the shortlist like I have done the last couple years, and I would love to just get like a taste of each of them because I hadn't really heard of any of them when the long list came out. So and of course I've read the synopses now, not that I remember them, but I've read the synopses. I vaguely know what some of them are about, but I would love to read the first line, get a taste of the writing, and kind of get excited to read them. I have several of them right here, library loans, and a couple more on audio. So I just want to get myself excited to read all these books. So I'm not going to attempt to guess what book it's from really, unless I have a hunch, then I'll tell you, but that's not the point. The point is to have no biases as to what I've thought about the book previously and just read the first line and see what I think. And so we'll see which ones I'm most intrigued by, which ones I'm least intrigued by, and go from there, see if that matches my previous level of intrigue from reading the synopsis or looking at the cover or whatever. So, Ruby from Ruby Red very kindly compiled all these first lines for me. So I have a list of the first line of the book, and then I'm going to actually put what the book is on the screen for you, but I won't know. And then, so you'll know, but I won't, and that'll be fun. Let's go. First line number 1. Alice never seemed to hear the microwave beeping, not even when she was 3 feet away from it, feet propped on the kitchen table as she painted her toenails neon green. Okay. I do want to guess. I feel like this might be in defense of the act, but also I have no reason to believe that. This one is medium level of intrigue. There's a lady. I don't really know, I don't really get much from that first line. So I'm going to rate it on an intrigue level scale at a 5 out of 10. Second first line, a man called Lu Fang stole Alva's mother. Starting over. A man called Lu Fang stole Alva's mother in Grand Ballroom B of Shanghai's Imperial Hotel. That is an intriguing first line. I'm going to give that a 9. Which one's the Shanghai one set in Shanghai? Is it River East, River West? Or I remember one of them being set in Shanghai, but I don't remember which one. But that is an intriguing first line, so I'm giving that an 8. I should write these down. First line, number 3. As soon as she could walk, she wanted to be outside, moving. I like that. I'm going to give that a 7 because it does tell us, a 6. I'm going to give that a 6 because it does tell us a lot about the character, I feel like, and I, as someone who also loves to be outside moving, I'm connecting to this character already, even though I don't even know her name or anything. So I like that. I'm going to give it a 6.5 because it's not totally intriguing, but it gives me something. So 6.5 for that one. First line, number 4. Down below in Schuyler Square, the trouble was passing quickly from door to door. Mothers telling mothers, not speaking aloud but somehow saying, baby gone, bad man, wild animal. Ooh, that one's good. I like that. Not speaking aloud but somehow saying is a good line. And baby gone, bad man, wild animal, that's high in intrigue. I want to know what's going on. So I'm going to give that a 9. First line, number 5. I don't know if you've ever stood in the middle of a squash court on the tee and listened to what is going on next door. This is Western Lane by Chetna Maru. I know because I know that one's the one about squash. I also could be totally wrong and it's a different one that's about squash, but I think it's that one. I know one of them's about squash and I'm pretty sure it's that one. This is not very intriguing, especially because I already knew that one of these books was about squash, the sport. I like a little bit. I kind of like the and listened to what is going on next door because it's like, what's next door? What's going on? But I'm going to give this a 6. First line, number 6. I expected them to interrogate me at the airport, and they did. Okay. I expected them to interrogate me at the airport, and they did. I'm not loving that one. I know that there's like, it says, it indicates something going on, but I don't feel like that's actually indicating the main plot. I feel like that one's a 5. Maybe a 5.5. Higher than the neon green toenails, but lower than the squash court. I don't know. I don't know why that one's not grabbing me, but it's not. First line, number 7. In the morning, I received a phone call and was told to board a flight. Okay, that's more intriguing. Why are we boarding the flight? What's the flight? Where's the flight to? Who are we? First person. But maybe like a 7. What did I give the 6.5 to? Yeah, that's maybe a 7. 7. Oh, number 7 is a 7. Number 8. I've already glanced at this one and I think it's going to be a good one. I recently sent a letter to a terrorist I used to know. That is high intrigue. That's maybe an 8.5. Which one did I give a 9 to? I'm trying to make sure they're all relatively. Yeah, that one I'm going to give an 8.5. No, I think that's a 7.5. Because it's interesting, but it also, I don't know why I'm feeling that way. I am. So I'm giving it a 7.5. 7.5. First line, number 9. My mother said that she'd always known. Known what? Always known. Maybe like an 8. 7.5 again. 7.5 again is what I'm feeling. My mother said that she'd always known. That one's making me think. But I'm going to give it a 7.5. First line, number 10. Reef sat on the crooked step, taking shade from the eye-squinting brightness of the midday Caribbean sun. This one is the one that has sun in the title, maybe? Is there one that has sun in the title? It's like, I can picture the cover, but I can't remember what it's called. I think I know what this one is, though. This is the one that's like, it looks like a beach on the cover, and it's like green and yellow and orange. If I'm right, you know, I don't. And I don't even remember what it's called. I don't remember. This, 5. We don't really get much from that. We get that it's sunny. We get that we're in the Caribbean, and our character's name is Rafe. Rafe, not Reef. I've read that wrong. Yeah. First line, number 11. The blonde woman who I'm pretty sure said her name was Amy, but who doesn't really look like an Amy, more like an Anna, peers out at us in our rows. That one's a little meatier than some of the ones that have been like 5s and 6s, just language-wise. I think that's an interesting tone to start us off with. But plot and character-wise, there's not much going on. So I'm going to give it a 6. First line, number 12. The emissary kept on digging his own grave, centimeter by centimeter, word by word. Ooh. I like the language of that. I like the flow of that. I like that. I don't know why I like it, but I like it. I'm going to give it an 8, I think. No, 7.5. 7.5, 7.5. First line, number 13. The idea came to me while I was going through my divorce. Idea for what? I feel like the second line could grab me if the idea is about something interesting, but this is giving 4 out of 10 because I don't care about your divorce. Sorry, but I don't. Maybe it should be higher than the green toenails though, because that really gave me nothing. At least this gives me like, we had an idea. 5.5. First line, number 14. There is a psychologist in Nevada called Russell T. Hilbert who is interested in different ways people think. I have no idea what that could be. In terms of what book it is, no idea. But interested in different ways people think. That's not giving me much. It's giving me very in the writing. But I'm intrigued. Why is this Russell guy important? Why is Russell T. Hilbert important? And what are we trying to say here? I'm going to give it a 6. First line, number 15. Well, sailor. That's got to be Soldier Sailor by Claire Kilroy, I presume. Well, sailor. Doesn't give me much. It's a short line, but I like a short and snappy first line. Maybe I give it a 6.5. I feel like that's not fair. It really gives me nothing. It gives me even less than the green toenails. I feel like I have to rate that one low just because it gives me nothing, even though I do like a short and snappy first line. I'm going to give that a 5, on par with green toenails. And the last one, first line, number 16, we have, you are sentenced to beheading. That's a good first line. That is a very solid first line. I think that's getting a 9. What was the other one I gave a 9? Number 4? Yeah, that's getting a 9. And that is all my ratings. Now we get to find out what the books were. How am I going to do this? We're going to go through the ones that were my highest rated, and we're going to see what books those were, and then my lowest rated, the ones in the middle, you'll know because I popped the covers up on the screen, but I don't need to know right now. Well, I'll still look, but we don't need to talk about it together. So, the one I rated the highest, there were 2 9s. Number 16, You Are Sentenced to Beheading, was The Maiden by Kate Foster. That one I have been very intrigued about. I really want to read that one, but I can't get access to it. I think it's a Scottish book, and it's not published in the US yet, and so my libraries don't have it, so I wasn't going to read that one unless it was shortlisted, just because I would have to buy it. So I guess we pray it's shortlisted, because I don't want to spend money on it, but that's a good first line, and I was really intrigued by that one anyway, because it's historical Edinburgh situation. Actually, I am going to Edinburgh in April next month. What if I bought it there? And then I don't have to pay shipping. Just have to fit it in my suitcase. That's an idea. The other one that I rated a 9 was number 4, which was the one Mothers Telling Mothers, Not Speaking About But Somehow Saying, Baby Gone, Bad Man, Wild Animal, was Ordinary Human Failings by Megan Nolan. I don't know why I did not expect that at all, but I don't know what that book is about, so I don't know. This one I have on hold. I think it's actually ready for me to pick up at the library, so that one will be read fairly soon. I'll tell you that the ones I'm going to read first, because they are the ones that are due back to the library the soonest, are Brotherless Night and Then She Fell. Because those are due back to the library soonest, I'm going to read those first. But then I have some flexibility between the next few, so that one is one I am definitely very excited for now. And then I gave an 8.5, I think. Yeah, the 8.5 was number 12. This was the emissary kept digging his own grave, centimeter by centimeter, word by word. Ooh, that's the Blue Beautiful World by Karen Lord. That one I have right here. I'll grab it. You've already seen the cover, but it's right here. And it's short. I was excited to see how short this one was when I picked it up from the library. And this is the weird one, the like alien climate change one. I'm so excited to read this one, and I'm glad the first line is intriguing. Because this, I feel like, is the pod of this year's list, because it's like aliens and climate change and like what is even going on. So I'm super excited to read that. And then I'll do one more. My one I rated an 8 was number 2, which was The Man Called Lu Fang Stole Alva's Mother. River East, River West. So that is the Shanghai one. I was correct about that, by Aubrey Lescure. That one I have right here. River East, River West. So that's good, an intriguing first line. I think also maybe I rated that one higher because it was earlier on. I think if it had come later in the list, I would have rated it lower, because now looking back at it, it's not the best first line to be an 8, but definitely excited to read this one, and I will definitely get to it because I have it. And then the ones I rated low, the lowest rating was The Green Toenails, which I hypothesized was In Defense of the Act. So let's see if I was right. No. That's And Then She Fell. That's And Then She Fell by Alicia Elliott, which I'm going to be reading first. So this backfired on me. That was a 5 out of 10. But, you know, that was just the first line. It has time to come back from that. What is this even about? Motherhood? Oh, this is the one by an Indigenous Canadian author. I don't know. I'm not going to read the whole synopsis right now, but meh first line, but I'll be reading it first, because if for some reason that one I could only get out for 2 weeks instead of 3. Most of the books in my physical library system are 3-week loans, and that's only a 2-week loan. I don't know why. The other 5 was number 15, which was Well Sailor. And yes, that's Soldier Sailor by Claire Kilroy, like I expected. This one I've heard was one that I had heard of before the list came out, and I heard it was amazing. I saw it on someone's 2023 best books list. So that one, do I have that one on hold? No, that was one I couldn't get access to, so I'll only read it if it was shortlisted. So we'll see. Let's do a couple more. There were 2 5.5s, so we'll look at those. So number 6 was a 5.5. That was the Interrogate Me at the Airport. Ooh, which is Enter Ghost by Isabella Hamad, which is one that I am super excited for. That's one of the ones that's probably the one I'm the most excited for, or was the most excited for, based on the synopsis, because this is the one about Shakespeare and Palestine. So I'm definitely going to read this. The first line was not great, but I probably could have guessed that it was this based on that first line. But definitely still excited to read this. And the other 5.5 was number 13. This was The Idea Came to Me while I was going through my divorce, and I clicked on it before I told you that, so I already saw it. It is 8 Lives of a Century-Old Trickster, which is one that I'm super excited for. So that one I have on audio because it's on Everand, I think, and I think I also have a hold on the ebook. I'm really excited for that one. It sounds really good. So, meh first line, but excellent premise, because it's about, like, an older person telling their life story, and they've, like, had all of these different lives. Okay, well, this was fun. I enjoyed doing this, and I hope you enjoyed watching me do this. I will be vlogging my experience reading the long list and then the short list, so expect those vlogs coming over the next couple months. And yeah, I am now even more excited to start these, so that's cool. This video concept did what I wanted it to do for me, which was make me more excited to start these. So very excited to start. Comment down below what you thought the best first line was. What was the most intriguing to you? Was there one that I rated low that you thought was really intriguing. And give us a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one coming very soon. Bye.